Hey guys, welcome back. It's February here in Texas, so winter time, but today it's about 80 degrees, so we're doing some stuff out here in the garden. Just do a quick walk around. You can see we do have some winter vegetables, some bok choy, some beets, not sure how well you can see this, some carrots. Over here we've got some greens, different lettuces, arugula, kales, so everything looking good, although this weather is a little bit warm for this stuff. We'll see how it hangs in. But today I want to talk about composting, and specifically direct composting in a raised bed. Now, some of you might be asking, why compost directly in a raised bed? Why don't you get a tumbler or someplace to put your compost, like a special place in the yard where you can just, put everything there? And my answer to that is, well, honestly, this is just easier. Having an intermediary or a different place where compost settles can work, obviously can work well. But for me, putting stuff directly in the raised beds actually works really well. And I'll show you how I do this, actually putting in the composted material, some brown, some cardboard. This is very simple, straightforward. All the composting happens in the bed, and it just creates less mess for me throughout the year. So how do I do this? Well, what are you going to need? First of all, you're going to need a shovel, you're going to need your compost, which I have in a 5-gallon bucket, and you're going to need a lot of brown stuff. And this is probably the thing that I've learned the most over this method is you do need to have a little more browns than you think. I know there are certain ratios, green to brown. Quite frankly, I just eyeball it, try to do what makes sense. So let's walk through this. I'll try to make this as quick as I can. I've already gone ahead and dug a hole for our project, and because I'm having a 5-gallon bucket here of compost, I need a pretty big hole. Now, what's my next step? Well, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to find some cardboard, and I'm just going to create a layer of browns on the bottom. And you can use whatever you want, paper, leaves, cardboard, a mixture of everything. And I'm just going to start going on the bottom here, putting some compost down, just trying to have a nice layer in there. And what I use, if you're like me, or probably a lot of people, you have a lot of boxes from Amazon, I save those. I save those boxes. We'll put this to the side and just put this in here as best you can. That looks pretty good. All right, now we're going to take our compost, our thing of compost, and you may be wondering, man, that's a big thing of compost. Yes, it is. We actually have a smaller bucket inside that we, as it fills up, we bring it outside. We fill up the 5-gallon bucket, and eventually when this is full, then we fill up the hole with compost. So this is full now, it's time. So I'm going to take this. It's going to be a little nasty on the bottom. I'm just going to pour this in as even as I can. And you can see it's already starting to break down on the bottom. So this is the time, and don't worry, that's what it does. Compost breaks down. I'm going to take this. It's starting to smell good too. And then I'm just going to even this out a little bit. Now, before I cover this up, what I want to do, I want to make sure I add a lot more browns on here, right? So again, take more of the cardboard that you have, and again, you're going to make another layer, right? Another layer of browns, and actually quite a bit of layering. I've got some paper in here. That'll work well. I'm going to put that in here. That's going to work really well. Anything that has, air gaps and things for the microbes to hang out is a good thing. So don't worry about that. Get it all bundled up, and doesn't need to be neat. The less neat it is, the better, quite honestly. Get some more cardboard. Again, trying to find stuff that doesn't have labels and stickers as best you can. Put that on top. This is making a nice setup here. Let me see if I have a little bit more. I've got some more here. And again, these pieces are a good size. They're not too big. They're going to break down, pretty easily. There's some old paper towels in here, even better. There we go. So I got a lot of browns in here, right? I can't even see my compost, and that's fine. Now, all I'm going to do, I'm going to take, now that I'm covered up, I'm going to take this dirt that I dug out of the hole, and I'm going to put it back on. So this is nice and loose dirt. Just come back through here, put it on your pile, cover it up best you can. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect at all. We're just covering up that dirt and making this a happy place for all those microbes and worms and anything else that wants to come in here and break this soil down. And again, just nice and easy, as even as you can. There's no right or wrong answer. There we go. You can see we've made a nice pile here. Let's just even it out best we can, kind of work it into some of those crevices, cover up that cardboard as best we can. And this is looking really nice. Now you'll notice when we finish this right now, there's a mound, right? This is a big mound because we filled it up with stuff. You'll notice pretty quickly this will start to go down. And depending on where you are and the temperature and the moisture and whatnot, you know, within a matter of weeks, certainly within a matter of a month or two, you'll start seeing this will go down and flatten out. And eventually, within a couple of months, maybe 3 months or more, when you dig up in here, you'll notice that it's just soil, and all of the stuff has broken down into this beautiful compost. Very, very healthy for your soil, and wonderful for your vegetables and herbs or whatever else you're planting. One final note I'll mention, now that you've got your compost covered up and it's ready to go, I would make sure there's a little bit of moisture in this area. So if you've got a hose, just sprinkle the hose on this area. You don't want it wet. I don't want anything that's soaking wet, but just make sure the area does not dry out, and this will help the composting process and just making sure everything breaks down as it should. So anyways, I hope you found this helpful. Again, direct composting in a raised bed garden, really nice way to compost, really easy way to do it, very clean and efficient. I hope you found this useful, and I hope this is something that you can use in your own garden at home. So if you found this helpful, would appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up or subscribe. I'll try to do more videos out in the garden as it continues to warm up. But best of luck in your gardening adventures, and thanks for watching.